a Gram Samraj, restoring our villages, restoring agriculture. With all his goodwill, copying the Western countries, Nehru put the country in a very, very wrong track. That has to be also challenged. Why? Because when he took up as the Prime Minister, 99% of the people were living on the farms. But he thought by making big industries, we can save these people. He saved us so that we can perish in the industrial smoke. Then in connection with that one is the biggest challenge is the Green Revolution. The prophet of Green Revolution living in Chennai has forgotten his term. And if anybody quotes this term in front of his name, he gets fumed. He gets resuscitated. You know who is that one? M.S. Swaminathan. The man behind this Green Revolution now never speaks about Green Revolution because he knows now what a disaster he has created for our country. He himself, Evergreen Revolution and organic farming. Yeah. And his foundation, M.S. Swaminathan Foundation, spends a lot of money on that one. Okay, you can read through more on that one in my paper later. Okay, Green Revolution. In order to increase food production, he went for mechanization and fertilization of the farming. What has done it? What has done it? Devastation. Kill the land, kill the farmers, and now he is going back. You can ask him, if you want, I will give his number to you. Or when he comes to Madras, I'll take you to his foundation, because he's near to the university only. And he's one of the syndicate members. Then, of course, the next challenge connected with the Green Revolution is chemical fertilizers, as far as already mentioned about it. Okay. So much of chemical fertilization has devastated our land. Okay. 1940, the world used about 4 million tons of fertilizer. By 2000, it is using now 137 million tons of fertilizer. And 2013, 179 million tons of fertilizers. Imagine, killing the soul of the earth. Okay. Then polluting natural resources, water, fire, already mentioned, quoting this one. We have polluted all the natural water, air, everything is polluted. Then, because of the global climatic change, there is another challenge for agriculture. Then, the policy of globalization, neo-liberalization. 1991, Narasimha Rao, with the help of Manmohan Singh, introduces liberalization from the time onwards. We all believe that India is going up. No, we are burying ourselves, losing our dignity. Okay. So neoliberalization, we have become slaves of neo-colonization, producing for not for us, but for somebody else. Make in India for whom? Not for the Indians. Okay. So the next challenge is urbanization. So urbanization has got so many problems. One problem is creating these census towns. Padapai they mentioned, Rajan Gupta mentions about the census towns. All the suburbans were formerly rice fields or wheat fields or tea estates or pepper plantations, whatever to them. They all become slums of the city workers. So all the suburbans, they have become census towns who have given up farming but become the satellite towns of the bigger mega cities where you dump the wastes, where you dump the workers, where you keep the excluded laborers there. So they have become pockets of hells. Okay. So urbanization. Then farmer suicide, another big problem. Okay. So with all this, this one, so what theology can do? Okay. We all accept mea culpa. So the church has made the wrong interpretation of the Bible. Okay. The original word in the Old Testament is not dominion and subdue and dominion, but rather the Hebrew word is kabaz and rada, but the real translation should have been take care and tilling. Okay. Tilling and take care. Dominion there is to control, not exactly control, to take care of it, till it, tread upon it. Okay. Then subdue is not there just to protect it, so that it may not be devastated by somebody else. So that way, the church is reinterpreting the Bible. It has taken time. It has taken a little time. But it's a high time that we take up this real interpretation or real hermeneutics of the Bible, especially in relation to agriculture. So agriculture is not subduing, but taking care of the Mother Earth. Then Another aspect of theology is God himself as a worker God, God Father, Theo Father. Is not a God who is ruling over, but the one who creates. So God, man who is also creating his own image and likeness is supposed to be also the caretaker. And human person, not as the crown of the creation, but one of the creations. Not at the center of the creation, but as the cycle of the creation. He is also folk in the wheel. So homo, coming from the word homo, human, homo, has the same root as humus, soil. So he is the son of the soil. And his Adama, his Adam is from Adama, life-giving earth, son of the life-giving earth. That means he is a giver of life, not the destroyer of life. Okay. So that is what Pope also speaks about 149. Then once again, till another misinterpretation of Cain and Abel, the dichotomy between Cain and Abel. There also, there we have to see the racist the connotation actually. A lot of Western biblical scholars have interpreted as God's narcissistic idea or Cain's narcissistic idea. No, it's not that way. It's a racist idea. The pastoral community of Israelites, when they captured the land, they saw only the city dwellers who were also farmers. So in order to show the dominion, they made them descendants of Cain. It's just to show that we, Israelites, they are the chosen ones, the shepherds. You, the farmers, the city dwellers, are the evil ones. So it's a racist mentality that what we have also in India, the caste system. It is not like somewhere or other, okay. But only the Indians could make a very big unjust system of exploitation, okay, with the help of religions. So Cain is painted as a tiller, Abel as a shepherd, only because it's a racist mentality. I think now the hermeneutics is to reconsider these things, okay. So again, theology should challenge all these things, okay. Then let me come back to the conclusion. The last two ideas coming from, one is from Bob, another one is from Raymond Paniker, who has got both the roots, both Western as well as Eastern. One is what Bob says is, it's not God is all, that is pantheism, but God in all in God. Pan en Theos. Okay. Pan, all in God. Quoting from Acts of the Apostles, I mean the talk of Paul to the Greek philosophers, where he says God is all in all. Acts of the Apostles 17:20. Okay. So Pan en Theos. We should agree in theology is to discover God, all in God. Everything is in God. And human person also is God, not separately, not as top of the pyramid, but one of the circle in the cycle. Okay. That has to be done. So Pan en theology, Pan en Theos theology. Agriculture theology as Pan en Theos. Then what Paniker says, what is it? Cosmotheantric. Human person is a combination of cosmos as well as Theos. It's not separate. And he quotes from Irenaeus, who says, man is fully human and fully divine. And I think the biggest contribution for this Christian anthropology, or human anthropology, can come only from the agriculturists. Because they adore the earth as Mother God. And they are aware of their role as children of this Mother God. Okay. Thank you very much.
Excellent presentation. Dr. Roy has presented as many as 9 challenges faced in this sector. My challenge was to keep the time, but I was not able to because it was.
Don't carry the watch.
No, but it was. But I was not in a position to ask you to cut short because it was very informative and knowledgeable presentation. So, but at this time I have to cut short the time for. I'm forced to cut short the time for interaction because we need to have one more presentation by.
The session is now informative, interesting.
Yes.
There is some provision to
Okay.
Flexibility.
Okay. But we need to have, conclude this discussion, response, comments and all that by 12:50, so that we will have next presentation and one more presentation and discussion over it.
Yes.
Welcome. Interactions, response, questions.